Good day, everybody. It's Prince Will once again, Afri Hill Migration. I hope you're all doing fine wherever you are. So, today we're not talking about work visa, we're not talking about tourist visa, we are talking about study visa. Okay, for many people who want to travel abroad for study or move abroad through the study routes. It's a possibility, it's achievable, it's something that gives you enormous opportunities when you move abroad. Yes, study abroad is one way for you to successfully move abroad. The study visa is perhaps one of the surest, most guaranteed visas to move abroad. Yes. However, it is also quite expensive. It is pretty expensive to move abroad on a study visa. Now, there are reasons why people choose different countries. People who come from English speaking countries like Nigeria, like Kenya, like Uganda, South Africa, many of them would want to study in English speaking countries like the UK, like US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Malta. Yes, they want to study. However, you need to understand that many English speaking countries like the UK, Canada, Australia, US, New Zealand, they are quite expensive. An average tuition fee for a bachelor's program in the UK is about £14,000 per year. Some courses are £20,000, £25,000. Same is applicable for master's program. Also in the US, in Canada, tuition fee averages $15,000, $20,000 per year. So if you're going for a 3 years bachelor's program, let's say you're paying $15,000 for 3 years, it means you're going to be paying $45,000 for your tuition fee. If you're going for a 1 year master's program and your tuition fee is, let's say, $20,000, you pay $20,000 for a year. 2 years master's program, it means you pay about $40,000 a year. As I said, it's always between $15,000 to $25,000, depending on the conversion from pounds, euros to dollars, thereabouts. Now, this poses a lot of problems, a lot of challenges for many immigrants. Many immigrants, of course, do not have the $20,000 to pay for tuition fee for a year, and the time or the period where one would say, I pay tuition fee deposit of $5,000, $10,000. When I get to the country, I balance up through working while studying. That era is gradually going. Many countries are becoming strict with respect to postgraduate work permits. Many countries do not give you opportunities to get these work permits after your study. Even during your study, realistically, if you have paid, let's say your tuition fee is $15,000, your deposit before you're giving a study visa is $5,000, it means you have $10,000 to pay as balance of your tuition fee. Many people think that when they get abroad, they would work while they are studying. Yeah, it was very easy before, but right now, you do not get the kind of jobs while you are still studying that is good enough to pay your tuition fee balance. So this means that a lot of persons would then end up becoming stranded during their study. They do not get to pay their tuition fee balance. They have other expenses to make, accommodation, feeding, and so many other things. You do not even have enough savings for you to get your postgraduate work permit or your indefinitely leave to remain in the UK and all that. So it's a big problem. So for those who still want to move abroad and you are not super rich, okay, you do not have the financial muscle, you can consider less expensive countries or less expensive courses. If you're stuck with English, you can always consider Malta. Malta school fees is between 6,500 to 10,000 euro per year. So if you're doing a 1 year master's program, It's around, let's say, maximum of 10,000 euro. Some of those master's program is 7,500, 9,000 euros. So let's peg it at 10,000 euro. It's affordable in comparison to other English speaking countries. And if you are not bothered about language differences, you can consider countries like Italy, you can consider countries like France. Their tuition fee is relatively lower than English speaking countries like Australia, like Canada, and the rest. Okay, then you should, beyond the tuition fee, this is just me giving general information about moving abroad through the study route. Beyond the tuition fee, let's say you can afford the tuition fee, or you've gotten a country that allows you study on a low tuition fee or thereabout, you need to also pay attention on the course of study, the course of study you are going to study in that country. You do not just apply randomly because it's easier to get admission later and your work visa, your study visa. You need to consider the courses that are in high demand in that country, in that city, in that province. Some countries do not have a need for economics, for example. They do not have a need for some certain skills. They have a need for some other skills. So you should study a course that is relevant to the workforce, the kind of jobs, skills that that country needs in their country. Okay, if your plan is to remain in the country after your study, so you need to consider these things. All right. You should also think of courses like nursing, engineering courses, tech courses. They are in high demand in most countries. Regardless, you need to also pay attention to what that country needs. What Australia needs in their workforce is different from what US may need. It's different from what Canada may need. It's different from what Malta may need. It's different from what the UK or New Zealand may need or France may need. So don't just study random courses because you can pay the school fees or because you're sure of getting the study visa. Think of the future. Think of how you are able to stay back in that country. Because at the end of the whole day, if you study a course and you're unable to get a job that would keep you in that country after your study, it means you've wasted $40,000, $60,000, $100,000 for your study. Okay, that is not a good investment. Education is an investment, so always think about the future for yourself and for your family. The third one is people who want to move abroad through study, and they want to move with their family. Some countries like Canada allows you to move with your family. Australia does, New Zealand does, but you need to consider the tuition fee. UK allows you to move with your family through the PhD route, or for some courses, which is called Masters in Research, MRS. You can move with your family through this route, but you must be involved in research work, either at the master's level or PhD. Those are the people that can move with their family through the study route. For countries like Ireland, you can't move with your family. Okay, you can move alone and your family joins you. Malta, you have to study first, graduate, get a job, then invite your family to join you in Malta. In Italy, you can move with your family at the same time, but it is quite complicated because of the application process. It can be messy. So we advise applicants first travel to Italy, settle down. After a couple of months, you can invite your family to join you while studying. So you just need to find out what you want. If your family will stay back and you go first, and if you want your family to move with you, you know you have to pay more and be selective of the country and the course you want to study. If you need assistance with any application to study abroad, just send us an email, admissions@afrihillmigration.com, or send us a WhatsApp message +250 7939048829 or +250 788 33008 or +234 80 321 I would assist you move abroad through the study route. This is Prince Will once again, African Migration. Do have a lovely day. Cheers.